Welcome to Altcoin Daily with Bitcoin Gorilla. Today, altcoin we're going to be breaking down is Tellor TRB Token. Now, if you've not watched my last analysis on TRB, you should, because this is going to be an update. But mind you, I am going to be giving you fundamental analysis of Tellor and the technical analysis. By the end of this video, you're going to understand if Tellor will be a good investment for 2022. Now, mind you, this is no financial advice. This is just me sharing my free opinion with you and telling you what I see this price doing. Remember, I do not use indicators in my analysis. I don't like indicators. I'm not friend to indicators. I like drawing the chart, and I believe that price action is a better way to understand this market. So, all the strategies that I'll be using in drawing this chart are developed by Bitcoin Gorilla. And if you like the style and strategy, because they come with laws and rules to trade them, you can join me in Makaveli Traders, where I teach you how to cut the losses short with simple price action. If you've been battling with liquidation, trading crypto futures, if you've been battling with FOMO, losing money unnecessarily with all these moves in the market, you're going to learn how to be more patient. You're going to learn how to actually trade the crypto with no liquidation. Now, mind you, I'm a high leverage trader. I trade 125x. That is where my name comes from, the Bitcoin Gorilla. It came as a result of my trading style and why I trade 125x. You're going to find out you're also going to be trading it with me because I share my entries, my setup, what I see, give you market insights on the goals, and a lot more goodies. Now, when you come into Makaveli Traders, there are three types of membership. Currently, access is closed, and access will be opening 3rd January 2022. So it's 4 days countdown. Access is only open 3 times in a year: January, May, and October. So we have three types of membership: spot traders membership, futures traders membership, and staking membership. Now, it's only one-time payment for a lifetime access. I don't need your money. I don't need your monthly payment. I don't need your yearly payment. But we have to put a gate fee so that you can respect the family and understand why it is not just anyhow family. You gotta come in, you're going to learn. After learning, you're going to have access to student dashboard. You're going to have access to books, trading books, a lot of goodies, market insights on the go. You're going to be trading with pros who will be sharing analysis of this market and telling you what they see coming, why they are taking a trade, telling you their entries. Remember, we don't give you signals, we teach you how to create these signals. So if you're interested, I'm going to link the link below this video to our free channel on Telegram where we post updates. You can join us and know when the house open. Remember, in 4 days time, the house will be open for you to come and trade and learn and earn with Bitcoin Gorilla live. So, like I said, let's jump into Tellor and break down what we see happening in Tellor. So Tellor currently is trading at $34.82. And today Tellor has actually lost about 7.37% in the last 24 hours. And it has dropped really bad. You can see the market has been losing volume, has been losing momentum, and the last all-time high, the highest price this altcoin has ever hit, was around 8 months ago, which was at the price of $163.76. But the funny thing is that this TRB has lost about 78%. This happened around May 2021, 8 months ago. That's when it hit this $163. But what happened that Teller has lost about 78% of that move? We're going to find out why when we start breaking down the technical analysis. But let's still understand what Teller offers, what kind of services they are giving to the crypto industry. Now, Teller was launched in 2019 by a US based team with the aim to address the Oracle problem with Ethereum. So, the problem is that Tellor is an Ethereum-based decentralized secure oracle for decentralized finance. We're talking about DeFi app. And I know that Ethereum problem with DeFi app is in terms of scaling of smart contract. Ethereum always have too much traffic in the website that when it comes to scaling, it becomes a problem for smart contract. So Tellor is here to solve that issue with the oracle. When it comes to Ethereum, Tellor allows DeFi the apps to receive high value data for smart contracts. The data feeds stability and reliability are ensured by staked miners who participate in proof of work (POW) census. Now, the team behind Tellor also built the DESAR, which is also a derivative protocol on Ethereum. Now, what really makes Tellor special, apart from the fact that it helps to solve the Oracle problem, is that the TRB utility token is an Ethereum based token that powers the Tellor system. Now, Tellor works by allowing users to send queries to the Oracle network, where TRB tokens are used as an incentive for miners to choose a particular query. Now, I know a lot of altcoins are moving from proof of work to proof of stake now, but Tellor still uses proof of work, right? So miners can then submit their proof of work POW solution and off-chain data point within the Oracle contract. The Oracle then validates the input and saves it on the chain. Once this happens, the miners are finally rewarded for their mining effort. Anyone that has TRB token can dispute this validity of a mined value. Now, this needs to be done within 24 hours interval by paying a dispute fee. So if you are if you are holding the TRB token and you're not okay with what the miners has validated, you can always go and dispute it, but you have to pay a fee, and I'm sure the fee will be high enough that nobody can just come in and dispute anything like that with the miners. Now, looking at this website, this is the TRB website, also known as the Unstoppable Oracle. You can see T is for Telios. Telios is the software for data reporters to interact with the Tellor Oracle. You can download the latest version to your computer, and in just few minutes, you can start mining, and you are only as decentralized as your data, says the Tellor CEO. That's her name is Brenda Lawyer. Now, Brenda Lawyer is the CEO of Tellor, and Tellor decentralized structure puts the community in control. Well-designed incentive allows users, reporters, and holders. Why also discouraging bad actors? So one thing about Tellor is that you stake your TRB and you vote on the future monetary policy of TRB in rewards in the process. This new type of open market community will decide the circulating supply of TRB and the future return for staking TRB. So if you look closely here, there's a very interesting thing that I found out with TRB is the aspect of the bounty, right? In TRB, grab a bounty. Now you see different types of, you have push oracle, you this is currently in progress, it's not yet available, and the reward for it is going to be $2,000. You can even have snapshot oracle. The reward for such is around $2,100. So miners really have advantage of really earning good bounties from this whole thing. In fact, the deeper one, that's the Taylor P2P gossip network, that's a deeper research, is also available, and you're going to earn a reward of $3,500. This is really high. The Tellor Bounty program is a way to reward developers who build on top of Tellor. So this is reward for developer depending on what you're building on top of the Tellor network. We have a developed fund for the developing this fund they are going to give you is just like a way to encourage you to build on their platform, and you are going to be able to use it. You can see based on what you're building on Tellor, there is a reward for you, which is actually not the same with other altcoins or other points of the app or DeFi networks that you can build on. So Tellor is really giving you a lot of advantage. Imagine as a developer, you get reward for building on a platform. That's quite nice, almost $3,500. That is good, depending on what you're building anyway. But now that we know what Tellor offers, can we actually look at the price? Because only developers can actually benefit from the bounty, but you as a trader, you are interested in what the price has to give you. If it's a good investment for you to actually invest in and stake your coin and get involved in the whole Tellor TRB. So I'm going to start by mapping out the support and resistance. Now, I always say in my analysis that support and resistance are the basics of my analysis. They are the basic thing that I look for first. The reason being that support are areas on your chart where when price is falling, the price gets to that point, that area, and couldn't fall any further. Now, mind you, these areas are hidden areas. They are not obvious in your chart. You have to find them, and that is what I'm doing right now. So this area of support, example of support, is this point, right, where price went up and started going down. It couldn't go down any further, and it has to pause, go sideways for a while. Two things are going to happen after it pause. Either it continues the down move, or it changes direction entirely. When it changes direction and start moving up, it is called reversal. So the same thing is opposite about the support. What is the opposite of support? We're talking about resistance. Now, you find resistance only when price is going up, right? So there's this point where price gets to, you are not going to see it with your naked eyes because they are invisible areas on your chart. You have to plot them, you have to find them. So these areas are points where price gets to, and price couldn't move any further up. They pause for a while. It's either they go sideways and continue the move up, or they completely change direction. Like its opposite called support, it is called reversal. When it changes direction entirely, it calls reversal. When it pauses and continues, it calls just a short-term pause. It could be a peanut. There are different patterns they could form during this pause. So I can see that there's a pause here, there's a pause here, there's a pause here, there's a pause here, there's a pause here. Each time the price was trying to go up, but then something happened and stopped it. So that's why you see me, I have mapped it out with horizontal lines. But here's the challenge with about using just horizontal line. Horizontal lines are not good enough because you can see a lot of drama happening with horizontal line. Countless times they get pierced. You can see here, if I were to enter uh, 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 a position here, you can see that price pierced above it. You can see here the same thing. There's a little pierce here. There's a Here it didn't even touch the bottom. So using a line is not good enough. So I have to implement other support and resistance strategies to help me better understand my chart and have more confidence of trading that chart. So this is where I'm going to bring in the Bitcoin gorilla trading strategy. That's the box strategy. So this is the box strategy, and with this box strategy I can go further to get my support and resistance on TRB. So if you've watched my last analysis, I talked about this same support. So this is the support we are actually on TRB, and the resistance is quite very extended, right? But I can tell you I have a resistance here. Good. Now this is the resistance and this is the support. And having noted these two very important area, I want to remind you this is a higher time frame. This is a weekly chart. I tell you, when you watch my analysis, you must learn patience. My analyses are done with higher time frame, which means you're going to experience a lot of patience. Sometimes it's going to take you a month for a weekly chart to play out. A monthly chart will take a year to play out. If a daily chart will take probably weeks and sometimes still a month to play out. So you must understand the time frame, and you must learn patient, and don't let yourself get moved by every candle that moves in this market and get kicked out or FOMO and lose money unnecessarily. So now that we've gotten our support and resistance, I can tell you that there's still a lot of sideways movement going on in this market, and my boss can actually help me contain this move right here. So I can see that right here there's a lot of move, and I can take note of that. Why did I put it right there? Now I can tell you that there's a lot of reasons. Like I can see this drama here, 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 and I took note of this because there are more than two touches, and I can see here and here. So I took note of that. So I that's why I used the box again to map out this second box. Now, if I go further to get this box, let's change the color so that it won't get us confused. So I am also going to go ahead to get the support and resistance of this my new box. The reason is I am here for the support and resistance. I am interested in seeing what the support and resistance is trying to do on the coin, right? So this is the resistance. So let's change the color of this to this, and we're going to that's sorry. not resistance, support. So now I'm going to try to get the resistance, and I see the resistance is somewhere around here. So now remember, I am drawing my chart on the weekly chart, not daily chart. And once I'm done drawing this chart, you're going to see that I will be able to trade this chart on whatever time frame I choose to. So I can see that there's quite a line that was broken as a bias line, a very interesting bias line was completely charted around where price currently is trading. How? You can see there was a first touch, there was a second touch, there's a third touch here, and I know I need a minimum of two touch to actually know if it's a good support or resistance. Now the good thing is TRB is respecting the tip of my support, right? This is the tip, but remember, this entire area is a demand area. So all this point are demand zone, which tells me that as long as TRB step into this area, it's going to bounce, right? Within this area, chances are it's going to bounce. And again, at worst case scenario, let's say this push down continues, because this threat of push down really has a lot to do with the crypto entire market. The whole down move is affecting the entire crypto market, and Bitcoin being the king is still the one leading all this. So but somehow you always know that the demand zone is very important. When price gets to a demand zone, it finds it hard to actually go down anymore, right? So in this situation, here is the demand zone of Trello, but also here is also another demand zone. So here is demand zone, support. Here is the supply zone, resistance, and here's another supply zone, resistance. Now these are the major ones that the box has shown me, but I do see that here there's a supply zone, and here there's another supply zone. These are mini supply zones which can easily get broken. That is why you see I don't really give them much priorities, because I know they can easily get broken. So now let's interpret what this chart is telling me. So I have drawn this chart, so let me take it to daily chart. So you're going to see what this drawings looks like on a daily chart. So this is what my drawing looks like on a daily chart, and let's see it on an intraday chart. This is what it looks like on an intraday chart. Remember, I did this drawing literally on the weekly chart, but you can see I can comfortably trade it on an intraday chart. So I'm going to try to interpret this chart on a lower time frame, because of um I'm going to still go back to daily chart, but I just want to use the lower time frame interday to give you an instance of what I see coming. Now I see that this from intraday, this hitting of this my support is very important. And the thing about this is, yes, there's a triple bottom, 1 and 2 and 3. But here we see that the last touch, this particular new obvious one is skipping the to touch it just like this other ones did, which is telling me this is a little bit of a higher low than this lows, giving me a bull pressure, right? It tells me this: if only they can keep staying at this point, this my demand zone, the bulls are going to try to hold up this demand zone. And if they successfully hold up this demand zone, then TRB can continue going back. Because now, remember, in price action, when support are broken, they automatically turn into a resistance, and when resistance are broken, they automatically turn into a support. So in this situation, this was our previous support, but remember, since price break below it, it is now battling to go back above it, because now that same support has become a resistance. So this place, as long as price is below it, is a resistance, and price now have to battle the same point to continue its journey to the upside. This is why I said you need to be patient. And because right now, price is, yes, we had a push down today, but that is a result of the previous support now acting as a resistance. So if now that we are going down, this point, the bottom of our support, which also happened to be the trend line, price we try to stay above it. And if they succeed, depending on the demand in this area, you can never tell the demand in it. If the demand is low, then they will find themselves back to this point. And at worst case scenario, they will hit this point. $14. I don't really see this happening anytime soon, but it will depend. You can't really tell what is going to happen. But instead, what I do see happening is them going back up. Yeah, they will get a reaction around 46k. They will head to 64k. I say 64k. $46, then they will attack $64 before they will make it to $74. A possible high reaction is going to stop them either at $74 or $90. Between $90 to $100, here is a good. So I do see them trying to take this move, but it's not going to be an easy ride. So they will get a reaction along the road. But as worst case scenario, they come like this and they go back right up. Remember, this is no financial advice. This is just me sharing my analysis, and it's an update to my last analysis. And at worst case scenario, weekly chart could take us to $14. I don't see that happening anytime soon. Instead, I see the opposite happening. If you like my analysis, give me a thumbs up, because I remember